Phule social revolution. So the news contest, 97th birth anniversary of Jyotiba Phule and pioneer social reformer Jyotiba Phule. Then the biography. So birth in Pune and known for the revolutionary idea and religious equality and justice and inspiration, Thomas Paine, Age of Reason and Christian Missionary School. Then the founded the Satya Samaj or Society of Truth Seeker, Satya Sodhak Samaj. So in 1873. Then comes the works of Jyotiba Phule. So literature, he write poems, books, and newsletters, and he write the Sarjanik Dharma Pustak in 1881 and Gulamgiri in and also Manav Muhammad poem in Gulam Giri and Sastar Essence of Truth, a booklet. So strive for the woman empowerment, child empowerment and widow woman employment, lower caste employment for Sudras and Ati Sudras, and improved condition for untouchables and disabled class. Then comes the what is the Satya Sodak Samaj. So Satya Sodak Samaj is aim for the institutionalized reformist vision and overcome inequality and caste system. Then comes the fought against the Chaturvarna system and the caste system, not the Chaturvarna system, we can say the caste system and the discrimination based on the caste. And then comes the what is the focus? So liberation of Sudras and Ati Sudras is the main focus of Jyotiba Phule, and distinguishing feature are he focus on the inclusiveness and grassroots driven development of the deprived person, and the media of Deen Bandhu, a weekly newspaper, he articulate the governance of the deprived person. So then the view on the religion and caste, so rejected the sectarianism, means various sector in related to religion and also the caste, and condemned the Chaturvan system or the deprivation, deprive and the discrimination based on the Chaturvan system. Then come the Gulamgiri parallels, so caste oppression in India, racial slavery in America. And caste is, he stated that the caste is a form of the slavery, and denied the supermanship. He can equal intellectual abilities and equal human right, all the human. And then come critical criticize religious books, lack of consistent universal truth, and promoted egalitarianism, greater good of greater number, and humanism, secular approach, and voluntary religious conversion, and one creator of the earth, and voluntary. So defended Pamita Ramabai's right to convert and mention in Sastar. So then what is the Mahatma title? Mahatma Jyotiba Sudle, so awarded for innumerable social service and reforms, and who given this Mahatma title to him? So Vitthal Rao Krishna Ji Wangar give the title. Then comes the contribution of women empowerment and education. So the right, equal right for men and women in education. So against the third practice of female infanticide, child marriage, and mistreatment of widow and polygamy. He condemned that, and educate women's education and establish orphanage for protection of for pregnant women, and girls school in Pune. So co-founder with the wife Savitri Bai Phule, And then comes the first school for girls in India, Pune, 1984, and then 9 schools by 1855. So working classes, farmers, and women are his uh, the one who for whom the Jyotiba Phule fight for, and recommend scheme for education. So poorest section for increase number of school scholarship and price half yearly and annually. Then comes the recommendation for economic and environment. So he give economic for economic strengthening. He will focus on working poor and overthrow social imbalance as lower castes, and military involvement of civil construction and small dam and bunds, and farmer welfare. So government importance and collect slit, and environment protection. So forbid wood cutting for selling and destroyed oppressive forest department rule. Then the last one is legacy of our Jyotiba Phule. So vision, what is the vision? So equitable and inclusive society, foundation for many social reform movements, and inspired reformer Dr. Ambedkar sir, and shaping modern India, and a commitment to social justice and equality, and life and legacy. So, power of compassion, resilience, and unwavering pursuit for justice. So, these are the one which we know for. So, then comes the second editorial discussion. So, India's household debt crisis. So what is the news, the constant? So is increasing rapidly. Why? So post pandemic 2021, the household debt is surging, and then come the status of household debt in India. So the household, the total debt owned by household financial institution. So the components of this are the unsecured loans, secured loans, and retail credit of NBFC and HFCs, and loans from MFI. So secured loans are the housing, gold, and vehicle loans. Then comes the what is the measurement of this? Percentage of GDP and household debt by GDP into statistical trends are the post pandemic surge, and average 33% of GDP, and credit growth 70% increase in the retail credit and NBC and HFC. So post pandemic surge. So 2021 60% of GDP the household debt, 2023 40% of GDP, and now 2024 42% of GDP. Then shift in the consumption. So more for than asset creation, because government spend more on consumption. Then comes the uh, especially lower group and income group. And then comes the borrowing patterns. So high share of personal loans, and 1/3 credit extension 2025, and loans to service industry and agriculture. So foster economic contribution to rise. So structural issue are so inadequate job creation, subdued income growth, and low income growth in lower income population, and uh, household income not sustains, and consumption and saving. Then increase credit growth. So household disposable income growth 43%, and personal bank loan growth 75%, and consumption growth 50%. And then the RBI measure. So increase risk weight and consumer credit 2023, and to control the credit growth. Then comes the aggressive lending practices by NBFC, expanding unsecured loan to the needy one. Then challenge of high household debt burden. So the challenge is financial strength on household. So the large portion of income for loan repayment, low private consumption, higher debt servicing ratio, lower household disposal income, and difficulty in prepaying the loan. Then comes the more unsecured loan. Unsecured personal loans rose by 82%. NBFC growth 130%, and affect low and middle class. And cycle of low income and repayment. Credit being a so excessive borrowing and spending, surge in credit card usage, and debt accumulation. Then comes the multiple loan burden. So the 60% personal loan, 3 active loans per customer, and 60% MFI borrower for lender, and based on consumption, no saving, and not for long term investment. So expanding income inequalities. So debt burden affect the income group differently, threat to long term financial security and stability, and shift to consumption loans impact long term security. And then come economic burden. What is the economic burden? So bank writing of unsecured retail loans, and increase with NPA retail loans, and loan delinquencies increasing. Um, and MF sector and household over indebtedness increase 82%, 78 27% borrower taking new loans to repay old one, and excess risk of debt trapped, unsustainable levels for household, sudden drops in living standard, and reduced ability to investment, education, and healthcare, impact social mobility, increase financial anxiety and stress, and greater dependence on credit card and basic needs. So this is the one for household. So way forward for increasing household debt. So stronger regulation on multiple lending, and expanding financial literacy program, boosting labor intensive manufacturing, target incentives, and possible solution are Indian bankruptcy code to be enhanced. So